we should do the whole, what is Oh Hello? It's a very particular, strange thing. What's the whole, who are those guys? Where did they come from?
Well, if people at the New Yorker Festival don't understand what Oh Hello is after a brief explanation, then we've done something terribly wrong. Yeah. Oh Hello is me and my friend John Mulaney, who's a hack and has no talent, and I carry him through the whole project. And so I'm glad he's not here to defend himself because he would fail to, because he has no words of his own. It's basically these two Upper West Side 70-year-old to themselves called legendary bachelors, and they would call the Upper West Side the coffee breath of neighborhoods. And so we've been doing these guys for 10 years. Yeah. We started downtown in a little club called Rafifi, where a bunch of stand-ups and alternative comedy sort of we were all performing. And we've developed these guys. It's sort of based on, we had seen these guys in the Strand bookstore, which we like to say is 8 miles of books and 12 miles of loneliness. And we saw these two guys buying their own individual copies of Alan Alda's autobiography, Never Have Your Dog Stuff, which we like to call his Alda biography. And they both bought two separate copies. They each bought one, and then they went to a diner, and we followed them to a diner and watched them each reading their own individual copy of the book. And like to us, it was like, these are two guys that like share a Murphy bed, but they won't share their autobiography. So, and it really more than anything, those were guys who were like a symbol of a guy that both of us were very interested in. It keeps changing and evolving. I mean, we've been doing these guys for 10 years. And so, and the play itself now is, we did it off Broadway last year at the Cherry Lane Theater, and the play is about, George and Gil have written a play about getting kicked out of their rent-controlled apartment. They've been paying $75 a month for 40 years, and their rent is being raised to $2,500 for a measly 5-bedroom with office crown molding, fireplace on 73rd Street. And they think it's crazy. Even though it's a total joke, that there's some real dramatic things happening, because that's just what I get the most joy out of doing, that to then go to do something like Loving, or...
Yeah, well, and actually, we don't have a Loving clip, unfortunately, but it's about Loving v. Virginia, and it's about, I mean, it's about as uncomedic as you can, I mean, in a way, although your character...
it's not a comedic movie, and I'm very happy to be a part of it, but it's such a beautiful movie,
it's really good.
And it's a beautiful story if you don't know it. It's Richard and Mildred Loving were a white man and a woman of color who were married and arrested for being married in Virginia in the late 1950s, and eventually bring their case to the Supreme Court, which overturned the ban on interracial marriage in 1967. And I played Bernie Cohen, surprisingly. I played the ACLU lawyer. I don't know, I thought I could have been...
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, that would have been great. Oh, a young Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and me, me walking along in the background and like, that's the
missed
dream.
Opportunity.
I know, it really is.
Do you ever go, oh, I need to bone up on my like 70s New York history? Because
that's not a need. That's like a want. There's nothing like watching like the Koch documentary, like watching the mayor of New York on the street getting screamed at by people and screaming back at them is like deeply pleasurable. Like, I miss being and it sounds so cheesy, but as an artist, which I am, being in New York, being on the subway, walking around, absorbing information, like I deeply miss. I feel much more, my brain feels more electrically stimulated here in a way that it does not in LA.
Because of just being around people?
Being around people and interacting and just like being able to absorb information. There's so much more information to absorb. That is what I miss about being here. And of course, all of you.
We're going to do questions soon. Do we have... Does anybody have a thing?
Have a question? Oh, God, please. There we go.
What's it like to be pranked at the New York Festival?
Oh, no.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, no.
What do we have here?
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no.
That is way, way, way too much.
Wait, I would argue that the prank is on you because this is almost a reasonable amount of tuna. Oh, God, this is so embarrassing. As a New Yorker, no less, to be pranked with a soggy tuna sandwich.